Welcome Taurus, it's November 2021 and I'm back and this time back with a little bit more energy. As some of you know, I was out of action with COVID throughout September and the early part of October, and it was tough, but apologies for the previous videos. I attempted to give you some measure of information, but obviously I wasn't really compos mentis. I may have even made a whole lot of errors, but anyhow, I'm feeling better now, and I just wanted to start the animation here for you to sort of see what's happening. And the really important aspects this month are the new moon here in your 7th house and the full moon eclipse, which is going to take place here in your sun sign. This is a very, very significant month for you, second last month of the year. And that's because here you see the entry into Scorpio. There could be a few misunderstandings there with the moon making contact with Mars. But then that new moon on the 5th is a very powerful one. It's showing a whole new approach to your relationships, not just your personal relationships either, because this area of your horoscope has a lot to do with public relations. And so any of you dealing with the public, and having to communicate or sell or market, this is an important one and gives you completely new strategies in your approach. Let me just try to keep up with the transits here that are going on. There's a couple here on the 5th. Also, we notice your personal ruling planet Venus moving here into the 9th house out of this adverse 8th house. So that's also very, very good and stimulates your understanding of things, your desire for travel. I can see in a lot of places the ban is lifting. So for those of you that have felt locked down and isolated, this is going to really allow you at some point now to spread your wings and to get amongst it, as they say. Please excuse me, I've still got a little bit of a persistent cough from this thing. The moon moves through your 10th house here of career, first touching Saturn and then Jupiter, so there's a bit of a down and an up. Then the 11th house here on the 13th, which is more of a social aspect. I'm just trying to keep up here. I'm sort of ahead of myself here on the chart, trying to keep up with it. There is a rather adverse Mercury opposite Uranus. You've got to keep your eye on this relationship versus self angle here, because you see the Uranus opposite Mercury gives a really unstable sort of communication, especially when it's touched Mars. So you're going to have to be on your best behavior with those you love and those who are even strangers, because you might be shooting from the hip and getting yourself into hot water. But as the moon swings around here, we see it on the 19th, it enters into this eclipse phase, and that is wow, that's very, very powerful. That really means a shift in your personal energies of the way you see yourself. That's going to release, and almost suddenly, because of the connection there with Uranus, some unexpected insights into yourself. That's going to influence the relationships. It's going to give you perhaps even greater intuition into others. But that starts with understanding yourself. And that's what these eclipses can do. If you can remain indoors, do your prayers, your meditation, your yoga or whatever, within closed doors, and focus in on yourself, the eclipse energies can reveal some amazing things to you. I'm going to put this on hold for a moment, or I'm not going to be able to keep up with all the aspects. There's a couple there that I wanted to talk about, because on the 19th as well, which is on that same day as the eclipse, we've got your ruler here making a trine aspect to Uranus, and that's good. That's good because it actually counteracts some of those opposition aspects to Mars, and you need that, because that could become very, very explosive. You notice there on the 22nd too, just after all of this eclipse energy, the sun moves into your 8th house. That's got to do with your banking, your finance, maybe getting money from other people if you're looking to finance business projects, that sort of thing. And notice also the nodes. These are the karmic points of your horoscope. I've been talking about these for a while as being very, very important in relating to your past and future karma. So when the Sun and Mercury, notice that around the 25th, also moving into this 8th house, some of your past actions in your finances may have to be revisited at that time. The Sun and Mercury also have to do with tax issues, outstanding issues with government, fines, and that sort of thing. So you may be forced to go back and deal with some of those things that are rather unpleasant financially. Mars remains here in your 7th house. Again, it's an important one. It gives your partner strength, but also makes your partner a little bit strong-headed, which could trigger you. You can't afford to be triggered. Try to remain calm and cool in your relationships. Use that eclipse energy to bring out of you the best part of your nature, to eliminate those elements that have been holding you back. Go over to astrology.com.au. We've got the full transcript of this. We've got the other aspects that I haven't talked about with a textual sort of interpretation, and that will help you to make heads or tails of some of the things that may have come and gone too quickly in this brief reading. Drop me a note. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you here next month. Stay safe. Bye-bye.